Hi everyone, this is Anushri. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. Today's video is going to be a step-by-step makeup tutorial on this look, and it's basically for beginners, and this is my Diwali edition. So I thought this would be helpful for all of you out there who are brand new to makeup and are just starting out, and it's quite easy. So I will tell you how to go from this to this. So if you're interested, let's get right into it. The first step is to moisturize. Now this is not just an important part of your skincare routine, it is also a very important part of your makeup routine, and you have to consciously make an effort to do it. Mainly because if you apply a good layer of moisturizer on your skin, it's going to keep that healthy glow and keep your skin hydrated throughout the day, even with the makeup on top. So it doesn't, get cakey, your skin doesn't dry up, so your foundation doesn't stick to your dry patches and all of that stuff. It also makes a barrier between your skin and the foundation or the primer and whatever else you'll be layering on top. So it keeps your skin safe, basically. Today I'm going to be using the NYKAA Skin Clinic Acne Free Purifying Nourisher. Now this is a part of my acne free treatment because I've been breaking out very recently. I'm allergic to chocolate. That's another story. The reason I use this a lot nowadays is mainly because it moisturizes my skin so well, like really well, and it hydrates my skin, but it's not greasy and it absorbs in my skin so well. And also when I tap it into my skin, it turns a little bit tacky, which is really good because anything that I put on top of my moisturizer adheres to it and makes sure that it lasts longer. The second step is a big question whether to prime or not. I honestly believe that for a beginner, primer is not really important if you have good skin and you're taking really good care of your skin. You actually don't need a primer when you're starting out. It's only when you have to wear like tons of makeup and you want it to stay as long as possible on your face that you need a primer. However, if you do have very oily skin and you really cannot do anything about it, then I highly suggest investing in a good pore minimizing primer. I will have some recommendations on the screen which will help you. Otherwise, primer, no. I'm not going to be using a primer for this video, mainly because my skin is normal to combination skin, but at the moment it's quite normal, so I don't get very oily shiny in my T-zone area. So I'm just going to skip primer altogether because I trust my moisturizer to keep everything intact. The next step is obviously a foundation. Now for beginners, I recommend a BB cream, a CC cream, or if you're daring to go there, liquid foundation or a cushion foundation. All of these give you light coverage, even skin tone, and plus great healthy glow on the face that looks very natural and does not look overdone. Now for this video, I'm going to be using a liquid foundation with light to medium coverage, and I'm taking the NYKAA SkinGenius Sculpting and Hydrating Foundation in Almond Beige. I'll be applying this with a brush. Now I highly recommend this foundation mainly because it is affordable, it is easy to blend, and it really gives you an even skin tone, plus it gives you a beautiful glow. The next step is concealer. This is mainly to conceal any imperfections on your face, mainly to conceal the darkness around your eyes, the corners of your nose and the mouth. I have acne scars on my face which have resulted to blemishes, but I'm not going to be sitting and covering that in this video. It is just about basic makeup for today. For today's video, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade medium, which is the 25. The reason I use the Maybelline Fit Me concealer is mainly because it has a slight tinge of pink which helps correct the darkness around your eyes and corrects the darkness and conceals, and plus it has a very thin formula that is easy to blend, and plus it's affordable. Now you can blend this concealer with a brush or your fingers, or you can use both. The next step is to powder. Now powdering your face is very important because it helps to set all your base in place. Mainly it'll help with setting your face. Also it'll avoid creasing underneath your eyes, which is very prominent and very susceptible to happen with concealer underneath the eyes, especially with mine because I have lines under my eyes. So today I'm going to be using the LA Girl Pro HD powder in translucent. This is a loose powder and I trust this mainly because this is the best powder I've used till now that avoids creasing under my eyes actually. You can either set your concealer with a brush, which is what I do, or with a beauty blender, which is also what I do. But if you're just starting out for a beginner, all compacts and loose powders come with a little poof, so you can use that as well. The only thing I don't like about this powder is that it has a very weird funky scent and I just don't like it. Usually I would move on to the eyebrows now, but for beginners it's a very complicated technique to do your eyebrows, so I'm not going to get into that right now because Indians usually have like good eyebrows, so if you just get them shaped right, I don't think you really need to fill them in unless you have really sparse areas, because I have sparseness on the arch of my brows and a little bit in the beginning, so I do fill those areas up. But as a necessity for beginners, I don't think it's needed. You can totally skip this. I will do my eyebrows though off camera because I'm used to it. I used to walk out like this by just brushing my eyebrows in place, and I didn't do my eyebrows for the longest time. I didn't even get them threaded or shaped or anything. I used to literally be like this all the time and people loved it. So the next step is my favorite. It's eye makeup. Woohoo! My advice to beginners for eye makeup is keep it simple, elegant and blended. That's all. You don't need to do too many things. Just make sure it's all blended and it's simple to do and it's in your comfort zone. And make stick eyeshadows your BFF. Those are easy to blend, very affordable, so easy to use, plus they last really long time. For this video, I'm going to be using the COLORBAR All Day Waterproof Eyeshadow Stick in Ornament. I'm going to be applying it from the inner corner till the outer corner and just blending out the edges. Because it's a sticky eyeshadow, it sets really quickly, so make sure you do one eye at a time. You can either leave it as it is and just go in with some eyeliner, mascara and all that, or you can give your eyes some more dimension by applying a darker brown in the crease and probably setting the stick eyeshadow with a powder eyeshadow. But I don't think we should do all of that. I'm just going to be using my bronzer for this, and I'll take that dark brown shade from the bronzer on a fluffy brush and I'm just going to put that in my crease. And if you use a bronzer, you know that you'll be using it again on your face, so it's just handy multi-purpose and you don't have to spend extra on another brown eyeshadow. Now, a liquid liner is optional because for a lot of people it's a struggle to create a single straight line or create a wing and all of that, so I'm just skipping it all together here. Instead, what I'm going to do is use my Kajal, which is something that all us Indian girls do. Kajal is like our best friend, and if nothing else, Kajal is what we go to, right? So I'm just going to take the COLORBAR, just Smoky Kajal and just black, and I'm just going to line my lower waterline and extend it a little bit till the lashes so I can smoke it out. Then I'm going to take the smudge brush that is at the other end of this kajal and just smoke out the edges a little bit. You can always do this technique with a cotton bud or a q-tip if you don't have a smudge brush. It actually looks like this. And this comes with the kajal, so it's just easier. I just popped on some earrings because I was looking really bland and bleh, and actually really like these earrings and I've been waiting to wear them. So then to complete the eye makeup, we are going to go in with mascara. Now the kind of mascara that you need actually depends on the kind of eyelashes you have. For example, I have short lashes but I have decent volume. So I use a lengthening mascara mostly, but I sometimes also use a volumizing mascara with a lengthening mascara, so I get a little bit more volume. I know it's a little bit confusing, but yeah. First, understanding your eyelashes would really help you understand what kind of mascara you need. Do you need a lengthening mascara? Do you need a volumizing mascara? do you need all-in-one, you know, that also has curling? Because if you don't want to use an eyelash curler, there are mascaras that help with the curling as well. But I use an eyelash curler, so I don't really use a lot of curling mascaras unless it comes with the mascara wand and the formula. For today's video, I'm just going to use one mascara, which is the L'Oreal Volume Million Lashes, because it gives volume and length, so I love this. I'm also going to be putting that in my lower lash line to extend them as well. I do expect beginners to get mascara all around their eyes like I have done today. Sometimes even I get mascara all over the place, or I sneeze or something happens. So what you want to do is don't go in and start removing it or trying to budge it with your finger. Just let it dry, and then we'll go in with a cotton bud later to remove the residue. Let it dry, and it'll be easier to take off then. Till that dries, we can move on to the next step, which is the blush, bronze and highlight. Now these three things can really sculpt your face and lift your face, which is why it's so important in the beauty industry nowadays. It's all over Instagram with contouring and all of that, but I'm not going to get into that today. For beginners, it's not really needed to do that kind of contouring or to do that kind of, you know, extensive highlight and all of that. I won't even get into bronzing, because if you don't get it right, you can really end up looking muddy, which is why I'm going to leave it for another video or for another day. I'm just going to stick to blush and highlight because it's easy to achieve and you can always fix it. But if you go wrong with a bronzer, it'll take you forever to fix it. So you need to get your technique right before going into bronzer. So for today, I'm going to be using this blush of mine, which is by COLORBAR. It's called Rosey Peach, and I've used it in a couple of my videos. But this is a blush that I really like because it's very cool tone brush, and it's very subtle, and it's not bright pink in your face, and you can really work with this, build it up. Now the kind of brush that you want to use for your blush is very important. Do not use a dense brush because it will not help you blend it out. If you use a dense brush, I'll give you an example. If you use a dense brush like this, I don't know if you can see, it's very dense, it's actually a foundation brush. If you use something like this, you will only end up placing the color. It will be very hard to blend out because it's a powder product. Or you can use a brush like this. These kind of brushes are very affordable and you get it in COLORBAR as well. This is not dense, not very dense, it's very sparse and it's very fluffy. This will help you blend very well. So I'm just going to apply that blush from the apples of my cheeks, which is right here, and then I'm going to extend till the temples. This will really lift our face. You can see how this side looks so flushed and natural and lifted. Now moving on to highlighter. Highlighting should only be done for the high points of your cheeks, like the cheekbones, the forehead, right above your eyebrow, the high points of your eyebrow, the bridge of the nose, cupid's bow, chin. I'm gonna go in with my REVLON highlighting palette in Peach Glow. I'm just going in with a really fluffy brush. This is actually an eyeshadow brush, and I'm just going to slightly dust it and tap off the excess. And I'm going to apply that right on the high points of my cheek. Now the last step for this tutorial, but it's certainly not the least, the lips. Now I've already moisturized my lips before I started with the tutorials, so make sure you hydrate your lips with a lip balm. Now there are so many options for lips, from tinted lip balms to sheer lipsticks to liquid lipsticks to matte lipsticks to satin matte lipsticks, and it's just never ending. So tinted lip balms, I wouldn't recommend it with a look like this. I would recommend a proper lipstick, either a sheer lipstick in any shade that you like, or a satin matte lipstick. Liquid lipsticks are something that you need to get used to and are difficult to work with, so I wouldn't recommend that for a beginner. But a normal lipstick works beautifully. For this video, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Color Riche matte lipsticks in 640 Erotique, and this is one of my favorite pink nude lipsticks, and you can see that it's over. The reason I recommend this lipstick is only because It is matte, but it is a very soft satin matte and it's very comfortable on the lips. Now that we've completed everything, we can finally go on to removing all that mascara residue we have all over our face. So I'm just taking a Q-tip, clean Q-tip, and I'm just Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like the tutorial, please let me know by giving this video a big thumbs up and also leave a comment down below so I can chat with you. Do not forget to click that red subscribe button right under this video and the bell right next to it, because that way you'll be notified every time I come up with a new tutorial for beginners. Check out the rest of my videos given on the screen and my website, and I'll see you next time. Bye.